what happened?
We did what we had to do.
Every day was so difficult. I mean, part of it was not knowing when we were going to end. The schedule kind of got thrown out the window early on in the movie, and we just didn't know when the end date was.
I think the first 2 weeks were probably the hardest. We were doing the opening battle, and that was very, very difficult because we were trying to get into a rhythm with Alejandro, and there was a lot of stunts and a lot of people trying to coordinate that entire opening scene.
One day we came in and our makeup bags had frozen to the floor, and I had to do Leo's makeup in a hat and my coat, and Leo had a blanket over him, and we were all freezing.
It was a constant conversation on the set. Is like, what was your gear and how much gear you had on and how many layers you had on.
Can you give us 3 secrets about the bear attack scene?
A lot of cables, guys in blue suits, a lot of rehearsals.
We did have bears around the set because, they would smell catering. That was grizzly bears that were feeding on the salmon in the river close by. So they were fattening up before winter. We had to sort of keep an eye out for that.
The interesting thing about the bear scene is it always had a perspective. It had a narrative, so it was never overpowering Leo's vocals, so that you were with Leo. In between the attack, you still heard the birds chirping and the wind blowing, so nature really didn't care about something it sees daily.
Seamlessly hiding all of the effects throughout the entire movie was really the trickiest part because it was all very naturalistic and natural lighting, and normally you make them very obvious. These had to be very hidden effects.
I had a lot of fake furs on the movie, but we needed some real ones for close-ups and stuff like that.
So Leo's actually wearing bear fur in the movie?
Yeah, he's wearing grizzly fur.
I knew that Alejandro, nothing else would suffice. He's a stickler for realism, and he wanted people to feel what it was like to live then. It weighed probably 150 pounds, and only someone of Leo's stature could begin to carry that, let alone when it was wet.
Did you try it on?
No.
What does it feel like?
I didn't try it on.
One of my very, very favorite things was Leo in the bear skin with the wool, very monk-like, rabbit-lined hood that he wears. Also, Tom Hardy's hat, the full otter with the whiskers, and then the hat that Leo leaves the fort in on his search for Fitzgerald.
We are absolutely interdependent, and it reflects the effort of hundreds of people. The awards that we won, it's celebrated by all the team, no matter if somebody won or not. We were all involved in anything.
I ain't afraid to die anymore. I've done it already.